yesterday I unpotted and separated the 5 plants that were growing in a single pot of my Monstera Deliciosa. And one of those plants, I decided that I wanted to repot in LECA. And so I have these clay balls in here, but I've done a little bit of research in the last 24 hours about how much water I should be using to convert these soil roots, or not convert them, but to encourage the plant to develop water roots. And right now I washed off the clay balls and I filled it up to about, I think it was right here, and it's actually kind of went down that much in the last 24 hours. But what I researched is that you actually don't want to have the roots submerged in the way that I do. You want to actually have the water level much lower, like down here, which will train the roots to kind of go down into the water and slowly to develop the water roots. So what we're going to do today is we're going to start all over. And I've got this tray here to help kind of dump all of these clay balls in and water, and we're going to pull out the plant and start again. So I'm going to rinse my roots, and I'm going to rinse out my container, and we'll go from there. I'm going to dry the outside. The other thing that I did learn is that it's probably good to have a container that is not clear, because clear containers with light and nutrients promote algae. So I'm going to probably get a nice decorative sleeve that will go over this to kind of reduce or to help with the clearness. So I'm just going to show you the plant. As you can see, this plant has all of these soil roots that are here. And if you look at them closely, you can see that they look really healthy. And then it has one aerial root, which is why it's brown here, but then it turns into a soil root. It, goes into the soil, but it's an aerial root up here. So this looks really good. I've gotten most of the soil. I'm going to give it one more nice good rinse, just to see if any more can come off after sitting in water for about 24 hours or a little less. Okay, so not much more came off, but these roots do look pretty good. Let me see if you can see them really well, but they do look pretty good for roots. So we're gonna put this plant to the side for a minute, and we are going to put the LECA balls into and again, the goal will be, I'm going to fill it up probably 1/3 or 2/3, and then I'm going to put the roots in, because the goal will be to put the water at the bottom and then have the roots be at the top, and then slowly work their way down as they develop water roots. This positions our plant to have the best chance of survival. I do have nutrients in this water, so I am going to reuse this water. I just, you know, put it in there. So I'm going to use some of this water instead of having fresh water that I have to then add nutrients to. But it's mostly yucca, a little bit of worm casting. So I think a little bit more. And now I'm going to take our plant and I am going to put the roots like towards the outside, I think. So we're going to be like right here. Maybe a little bit higher because I do want the bulk of this to be out. So maybe covered here because I do need some stability for the plant. So our roots are about right here. I am going to put the water to about right here. And the goal will be for the clay balls to kind of soak up the water up to the roots, and then the roots will start to grow down. So I am going to put a little bit of water in here. Oops. About 2 inches. So I think that's a good amount of water right there. So the roots are about right here. The water is here, and these LECA balls will soak that water up to the roots, and then the roots will start to grow down into the water. But the difference will be the roots that grow down will be water roots, and these are, as you know, are soil roots. I may end up putting a stake in here to help stabilize this because literally it's only this much of the LECA that is holding the roots together. And I can already see where I need to like push the LECA down maybe a little bit more. So we'll see, but it feels pretty stable. It doesn't feel like it's moving too much, but yeah, I'm very happy with it. I'm glad that we did this. And we'll see what happens.